So we're going to now take you on a tour more into the Scottish mansion. It's what, 1/8 scale of a Scottish mansion?
Yeah, it's about 1/8 scale.
Yeah.
It feels a little like 1/16 today, though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. It's got a very Disneyland feel to it right now. But we're going to take you through it. So this, of course, was the tavern. And as we walk through this way, not showing you the kitchen, which is madness. Here we've got the pub. This is where the Plowmen, my favorite band who you saw earlier on my live stream, they usually play in that corner over there. On all of these walls are actual Scottish plaids from Scotland. We're sorry, you guys. We don't mean to interrupt your meal. We're going to move on through. Little cozy snugs, very Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm going to keep saying that because it looks like that to me. Into what is basically a recreation of the grand dining room, the grand hall, which is really cool with all the flags. You want to tell us a little bit about this, John?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the main dining room. This has been the main dining room since we opened the restaurant in 22. This is one of the most original rooms in here besides the pub area. So originally it was the pub and then this room here. After that, shortly after that, we built this little extension over here.
This is my favorite room, by the way, you guys. This is I always request. It's called the tartan room.
This is the tartan room. And we have all, let's see, we've got 122 tartans on the wall that represents the clans of Scotland.
Wow, are they originally from Scotland, all of these samples?
Yes, actually, most of them are. Most of them are actually, they're all in the registry. So they have a registry in Scotland of all the tartans where they're all held.
So we're going to take you into the tartan room, which I, as a little girl, used to call the coach room because it's a recreation of stables, actually. These are supposed to be the stables for the horses. I don't know if you knew that.
Yep.
And stable lights. And the proof of that is that there's a little recreation of a coach drawn by horses.
And we have John Wayne's stable over here.
This was John Wayne's stable?
John Wayne's stable, right?
Wow. Those lucky people don't even know that they're sitting at John Wayne's favorite table. I just want to show you this Braveheart shield, because this original shield, this is a real antique leather and stud shield. You probably saw that in the Braveheart movie. Moving through. Oh, there's John. I'm like, where did John go?
I'm here.
Magical. Moving through. This is one of my favorite aspects besides what we're going to show you in a second. But I just want to show you this. It's actually a recreation of an attic. And my Disney friends will recognize there's a spinning wheel. That's an homage to Sleeping Beauty right there, stuck up there. It's supposed to be an attic. And downstairs is the little kitchen galley. Recreation of a little old-fashioned kitchen galley with a fireplace and a kettle. Adorable. Kitchen galley. We're going to take you into the armory with all kinds of actual, authentic, antique weapons. Some weaponry. You want to tell us about this room and the weapons in it, John? Wow, it's nice and quiet.
Tour of the restaurant today. Great. So right here we've got the Royal Coat of Arms, and we have a real set that was actually gifted to us by somebody who is in the Scottish Archers. This is I believe it's one of the only few sets that are actually outside of Scotland or the UK. So this was gifted to us, really beautiful piece. And you can see the presentation here by the Queen. And I want to say that was the 50s. I have to check my notes on it.
It's got to be late 40s.
Late 40s.
Yeah. And then moving further back, is there some weaponry over here? A bayonet? It looks like a bayonet or something. No, that's a... Ooh. My Haunted Mansion fans will be very happy to see that's an axe.
It is an axe. It is an axe. So it was carried by the Royal Guard as well, which is pretty cool. And again, most of the stuff we see on the walls in this room in particular was gifted to us by guests who have come to the restaurant and said, wow, I have this at home, and now I don't know what to do with it. So if we turn around and we look up there on the ceiling, we're going to see a set of bagpipes.
Oh, wow. Bagpipes all. Oh, my
So a woman showed up one day with this set of bagpipes, and she said to us, she said, you know, I'm so sorry. My husband used to love this restaurant. Unfortunately, he passed away. and she had this box with the bagpipes in it. She dumped them on the floor, and she said, I hated these things, but I know they would love to find a home here. And at this point, we'd had so much stuff on our wall, we had no space left, so we stuck them on the ceiling for her.
Wow, that is phenomenal. That is amazing. Is there anything else? What about these swords? Is there any story that, I mean, that's Pirates of the Caribbean right there.
Yeah, that's definitely Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a little bit older. Those were picked up one of our founders' travels at some point, and I can't vouch for any authenticity to those. I just know they were picked up by him, probably in 58.
And this right over here is why I always called this when I was a little girl. I called this place Pirates of the Caribbean when I was a little girl. This is why. That looks straight out of the attraction.
Yeah, straight out of the attraction, absolutely.
Can you see the ship and the stained glass?
Yeah, again, when Harry Oliver did most of the interior design on this, and then later when we recreated some pieces, this was one of the pieces that were recreated, and this came directly from one of the sets that was used for, oh, darn, you know what, I'm blanking on the movie right now.
Flying Dutchman.
Possibly. Yeah, but it was used for a direct recreation of that. Because, you know, we are in Hollywood. Everything's a little bit set-like.
Is that a real cannon on the wall? It looks like a real cannon.
It's actually what they would use that for. So you would have that on your deck, and you would sound with it. So you would just shoot it for fun.
Can you up close it? We're trying to get an up close of that cannon.
So again, that was somebody's hobby. They had these little cannons at home, and every once in a while they would,
kind of like waltz trains.
4th of July or something, they go shoot it off, the back deck. Nothing in it, just gunpowder and make some noise. But yeah.
In LA, we do crazy things like that all the time. All right, so we're going to take you on out of the armory. There's this looks like Davy Crockett to me right here, circa Davy Crockett, and we've got another adorable little snug. I love these. Little place for people to enjoy a little cozy meal. In case there wasn't enough alcohol up front, there's another little bar right here. Services the restaurant. And this is the Prince Charles.
Bonnie Prince Charlie.
Bonnie Prince Charlie room, a recreation of a grand dining hall and ballroom. Of course, this is at 1/8 model scale, but...
That's the Bonnie Prince Charlie here, right there.
Bonnie Prince Charlie.
Bonnie Prince Charlie, absolutely. And this room is actually, this is the latest addition to the restaurant. This was done in the 70s. Everything in this restaurant, in this particular room of the restaurant, is 100% fake. So all the woodwork we see, it's all fiberglass. It's all done to look exactly like it
Wow.
Yeah. So again, Hollywood set designer came in and said, this is what we need it to look like? Absolutely, we can do that for you. They made everything out of fiberglass to keep in keeping with the rest of the restaurant.
I kind of wish I didn't know that.
It looks like the Grand Hall of Parklands.
It does. It does, absolutely. So this would have been the main hall in a mansion. So if you came in and you needed to have a big dinner party, this would be the style of room you'd be in, with the chandeliers on the ceiling.
Again, a miniature version of it, of course.
Miniature version.
Now, you probably don't remember this, John, but about, 15 years ago, I had a private birthday party in this room.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we set up a cake that looked like a storybook cake. I've got to find a picture of that. It was before, the internet, but it was a storybook land cake in honor of what I used to work at Disneyland, and I drove you nuts on what kind of food I wanted set up in the atrium. And you were very gracious to me.
I was.
All right, so is that pretty much concluding our ground tour? So thanks you all for joining. We'll be back in a little bit with something else awesome. And if you're in Los Angeles and you don't make it here, I don't know what you're doing, because this is one of the only restaurants in Los Angeles really worth a drive and sitting on the freeway for. Truly, I mean that.
Absolutely. I'd love to welcome you here to our home. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
Bye.